Every few months or so, I see the same exact tweet circle around Twitter. This dude really dropped one song and then dipped. If you don't know who this dude is Gotye? I don't know. I like to call him Gotye. He dropped the 2011 smashing hit, Somebody I Used to Know. You didn't have to cut me off. Beautiful song. Everyone loves that song. Everyone knows that song. And according to Twitter, that's the only song he ever made. I know it's like a joke. Twitter they like to throw out those jokes, you know. Twitter, you ever think about how your tweets can affect other people? Like, how do you think Gotye feels when he reads that tweet, huh? How do you think he feels? Think about your actions. But it is super unfortunate to see that this one song has more plays than this guy's entire discography combined times, like, I don't know, I'll do the math later. It's super sad to see because I spent the last week listening to his discography after I saw this tweet. Mr. Gotye over here has a really solid discography. He's a really solid producer. It's just heartbreaking to see that no one pays attention to the rest of his music. So I'm gonna use my influence here as a YouTuber. We're gonna just sit down and have a nice little casual chit chat about Gotye and his discography, and hopefully I'll get you guys to listen in on some of his music. Let's jump into it, yeah? I first dove into his 2011 album with the song Somebody I Used to Know on it. And let me just say, this album is really solid. There's a lot of great songs on this album. The first song on the album is like kind of just there. But then the second song immediately hits you with that energy. This guitar riff sounds like it belongs in like a car commercial or something. Ford Excursion! Great energy coming off of that song. And then it immediately goes into the next song in the album, which is Somebody I Used to Know. You didn't have to cut. I haven't heard that song since I was a wee little lad and sitting in the back of my mom's car. Shout out to my mom. So I wasn't really fully aware of what sounds good or not as a child. Coming back to it now, it's like I can totally see why that song blew up the way it did. Something that I really appreciate about Gotye is how many different sounds he uses. Every song sounds completely different and unique from each other. I know he plays a lot with samples. I know there's that's a sample that he ended up losing 50% of royalties for in court or something like that because he didn't get cleared. State of the Art is probably one of my favorite songs off of this entire album. It is the best ad for an electronic organ that I've ever heard in my life. I really want to buy an electronic organ now because of this song. State of the Art. Smoke and Mirrors is really good. It's got those cool little keyboards going. I mean, once the horns hit with the chorus, it's like, oh my god, it's game over, dude. How did this not get picked up along with Somebody I Used to Know? Don't worry, I'll be watching, or we'll be watching it. It's a really, really cool, creepy little song that I really enjoyed. Nice little stocky vibes. if you're into stalking, you should probably give the song a listen. That was Making Mirrors. That was 2011 Making Mirrors. But then, in 2006, right, he released this other album, Like Drawing Blood. And this album is way better than Making Mirrors, like by far, in my opinion at least. I think Like Drawing Blood is his best album. Once again, the first track is just kind of there, but the second track, The Only Way, super groovy, man. Super groovy. He's got such a great bass line, and it's such a great way to start off the album. And then it jumps into Heart's a Mess. Heart's a Mess goes a whole like 3 minutes without the chorus coming in, and once that chorus comes in, oh my god, it is well worth the wait, let me tell you. The strings in it sounds really sick, and then there's this cool little keyboard organ type section that makes me just kind of go like, I don't know how to explain it. I can show you though. After Heart's a Mess, it goes into Coming Back, which is another great song with another great chorus. And then it goes into Thanks for Your Time, which is another super groovy song with a super groovy bass line. My other favorite Gotye song is Heart's a Mess, and then this song called The Only Thing I Know. I'm convinced actually that this is probably the best Gotye song. It's a 7-minute track, and it deserves to be longer, I think. There's one vocal part in this that's like my favorite thing in the world to hear. It's like, I'm not doing it justice, but listen to the song and you'll know what I'm talking about. So those are the only 2 albums that this guy has on Spotify, right? And then I found out, because I was watching Middle 8's video about Gotye. Go check it out if you haven't, it's a good video. He mentioned that there was another album, an album that he released back in like 2003 or something like that. That album is not on Spotify, and let me tell you, it's a goddamn shame that that album's not on Spotify. That album should definitely be on Spotify. There's a lot of great tracks on that album. I've only listened to it once so far because I just kind of found out that it was a thing. It's super dark. Like, it's crazy. If you listen to that album, you would not be able to tell that that's the same guy that made Somebody I Used to Know. It is way different, like in a good way though. Like, it is super well done and well put together. A lot of samples, I think so. I've watched some videos. He said he uses a lot of samples. I don't know how many samples he actually uses, but it sounds like he uses a lot of samples. Out Here in the Cold is a great opener to that album. I don't know why he just stopped making good openers after Bored Face. Here in This Place has like the best saxophone solo that I've ever heard in my life. I think the sax and Here in This Place is like godly. It is godly. When the drums kick in on Noir Excursion, that's also a really big highlight in the album. Bored Face is really good. It's a goddamn shame that album's not on Spotify, let me tell you. Gotye, if you're watching this video somehow, put that album on Spotify, dude. What are you doing? It needs to be on there. That's his discography. He's only got 3 albums out. He still makes music though. He's a part of a band called The Basics. I've never checked out The Basics. I should. I mean, they're probably good. I mean, if his solo project is good, I'm assuming his band project is good too. But he hasn't released anything under Gotye for a while. 9 years actually. 10 years actually. Whoa. Yeah, 10 years. Right now, he's just somebody that we used to know, you know? I hope he makes a comeback, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. That was my little Gotye video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this convinced you to go check out some of his music. I highly recommend that you do. I mean, I don't just make videos about artists for no reason, you know? I make videos about artists because I genuinely like them. This guy has been the soundtrack to my week. If you enjoyed this video, hit that little subscribe button, and yeah, let me know if you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching this video. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.